somebody says, oh yeah, those are the alien guys. Hey man, I'm down with that. That's a lot better than, oh yeah, those are the guys in the black t-shirts. Oh, wait a minute.
A lot's happened since yesterday.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? We're back at you with another episode of A Lot's Happened Since Yesterday. It's been a while. We've been fighting computers. We've been fighting fucking YouTube algorithms. We've been fighting. I mean, I'm still sitting on a piece of content that YouTube's like, no, we're not going to let you. Fuck you. It's pissing me off. But here we are. We're trying. We're pushing. My name is Cody Walker.
And my name is Ralph Russo. And today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. John Weed from the band The OddEven. How are you doing, John?
I'm great. What's happening, guys?
Dude, as you couldn't tell, I'm frustrated, man. We've been fighting fucking computers. Now, I'm going to go on a rant for a minute. Fuck this. We've been going off on computers. I think I've done 3 edits on one of our reaction videos, and YouTube's still telling me to go fuck myself. So I'm fighting them on one end. Then we got to work on this. We're getting ready to talk to you. I'm psyched. We're psyched. We got all this happening. Then Ralph calls me and says, my computer shut off, won't fucking start. So we had to fight that last goddamn minute. I'm pissed. All right, now I'm over it. I'm happy we're here, dude. It all worked out. How you been, John?
I am good, man. Really good. I tell you what, here, I'll give you a little quick look. So when the technology goes south, you just got to have multiple different ways.
Oh, shit.
On, right?
You got fail safes.
That's it.
I need to learn that game.
It's important to be prepared.
Dude, I've had so much of that in every aspect of my life where I'm like, nobody can hear me. Nobody can see me. Nobody cares.
Oh, my God. Oh, dude, Ralph will test. We had the worst. This is a little pull behind the curtain. This wasn't maybe 3 months ago. It was summertime. We had done a show, and it was going to be just a cool reminisce show with our friend Steve Santini. Ralph had done a TV show with him. So we got him, we got Stacy, their co-hosts on the show. We were on that fucking thing for damn near, 2 hours, I think it was. And then we get done, and for some reason, my computer routed the audio to 2 signals, and everything had a delay and an echo that I couldn't rule out. So I had to call and tell everybody, 2 hours worth of work and fucking gone. Oh my God, dude. It's a soul crusher, after a while you're like, oh man, this is cool. We're just talking with our friends and some shit like that happens and you just want to break stuff.
Awful.
Facts.
John, I got to ask you, man, give us a little bit of background on the OddEven. Are you the person that initiated the band or that started the band?
So kind of, so myself and E.T., he's the guitar player in the band. We've been playing together for years in various different forms. And I'd say back in 2016, I guess it was, we were approached by a guy who had a little bit of a name in the Baltimore, DC scene. And he came at us and said, hey, look, I'm putting together a hard rock band. I'd love you guys to step in. It was kind of funny because we hadn't played hard rock in a long time. As a matter of fact, E.T. had been down in the Caribbean playing reggae. I was doing like funk groove stuff. And we both, talked about it kind of offline. And we said, it'd be great to get back to sort of our roots and what we did playing rock. And so we joined that band. We were in that band for a couple of years. We did some gigs with Saliva. We did a couple of shows with Sponge. We played with Fuel. Basically some regional stuff to the east of the Mississippi.
Right.
And at some point, it just became really apparent to us that, that E.T. and I were doing a lot of the writing and had a very similar drive and kind of where we wanted to go. And so we broke off from that band and started the OddEven.
Okay.
We listened to the tracks a few times. I've gone through the album. I love the album, by the way. It's got that old school.
Thank you.
Oh man, I like it. Did you guys, when you came up with the name, because like Dance of the Dead, I want to get into that song particularly. You got a lot of odd time signatures in there. Did you go, we're going to call it the OddEven and do this, or what? How'd the name come around?
No, actually completely opposite of that.
Oh, okay.
Like not even close, but I like that you recognize that. So when we were looking for a name of the new band, it was kind of funny. I was adopted, and my wife had said to me, she said, hey, look, let's make sure that everything checks out with you. Why don't we do like an ancestry DNA or something like that? And so I went ahead and did that. And my first, I spit into the little vial and it came back with no results. The second time, same deal. Third time, I was like, wow. And so I talked to ET and he goes, well, that's odd even that you're not coming up with anything. And then we're kind of went, huh? And he's like, well, maybe you're an alien. And so there we were, off and running, odd even, the whole alien theme, all that kind of craziness all happened right from that spot.
Is that where it came from, the alien thing? Because, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. Me and Cody were like, we like this band a lot, but what the hell is up with the alien thing?
Yeah. So that's exactly where it came from. It was sort of, it was really one of those kind of introspective moments where you just looked and you said, what's going on? I don't have any human DNA. I'm about to play in a band with ET. It just sort of all made sense. It was sort of like almost like our little Eddie mascot, if you want to compare that to like an Iron Maiden theme or something. And we just kind of rolled with it. And it was really funny when, we were talking about the first record. I mean, I drew this napkin with, a little alien guy and a flying saucer crashed in the background. And obviously if you've seen the EP, the first record, I had a little bit more help than my shitty ass drawing on a napkin. Somebody professional came in and made it a little better, but yeah, we just kind of ran with it. And then, to kind of get back to your point before when you were talking about Dance of the Dead, we don't shy away from anything. I mean, if it's a little bit, if it's a 5/4 beat or, whatever we're doing, I mean, we're cool with it. We'll go wherever it takes us. A lot of the themes are along that line of, sort of what are we doing here? Stand up for yourself while you are here on Earth, and sort of that in between area of what's next. And so that's where a lot of the themes and stuff come from, especially in the lyrics. But as far as writing the music, it all comes up with, hey, let's do comes from a hard rock groove and let's see where it takes it.
No, I love the grooves of all your shit, dude. It's got that old school. I would say it almost has like a vibe of like Alice in Chains. It's got a vibe, a little bit of, I feel a little Black Label in there. I get that vibe, that Southern rock vibe a little bit.
Sure.
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny when people say that, like, I hope you don't take offense to this, but you guys kind of sound like Alice in Chains. I was like, you just compared me to one of the greatest bands of all time. No offense taken at all.
Yeah, no, I definitely heard that influence there, but I heard other stuff as well. You guys have your own sound, so it's really cool.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I dig it, man. And to be honest with you, I kind of like the way you're going with the whole alien thing. I think that bands that take the time to have some kind of edge, I don't know how to word it, but basically something that makes them stand out. I think that's cool. I think there's way too many bands out there that just show up and play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit to be said about putting on a show.
Well, like John said with Iron Maiden, when they started, I got to believe they were like, are we really going to get a mask and just hammer it up there and see what happens? They embraced the theatrics of it and the fun of it. And I think a lot of bands miss out on that. That's a chunk of the performance aspect of things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have something that just kind of identifies you. And if it's, somebody says, oh, yeah, those are the alien guys. Hey, man, I'm down with that. That's a lot better than, oh, yeah, those are the guys in the black T-shirts. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody has a black T-shirt on. I mean, so whatever you can do there to I guess to your point, make you stand out or be memorable. I mean, perfect. And it just all kind of came together, like I said, almost by accident, but we ran with it and here we are.
So you're legit, like you went 3 times through that thing and they were like, we don't know.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So the third time I was like, this has got to, I mean, do I not know how to spit? I mean, pretty sure I know how to spit. What's going on here? So I finally got back on that third time. I hit and I started getting all these, I don't know if you guys have done that before, but I started getting, hey, Rick is your 8th cousin in New Zealand. I was like, who gives a shit? Like the last thing I need is a pen pal of some dude in New Zealand, that wants to say, hey, I'm your 8th cousin. And strangely enough, I was in Minnesota and I was just walking into a hotel. I had a long day and my wife called up and she said, hey, how are you? I said, pretty good. She's like, I'm not doing that well. I was like, yeah, what's going on? And she said, who the hell is Margaret? And I was like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. She's like, I'm holding this letter here from Margaret. It's got hearts and kisses and XOs all over it. And I was like, well, damn, I'm going to be out of town for a while. You know, I haven't done anything wrong. So I guess you better rip into that thing, see what's up. And she ripped into it. And sure enough, it was from my birth mother. She actually found me.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was pretty wild that I went from not getting a reading to finding my birth mother.
Oh, wow. That's
So
crazy.
I guess I am human.
Well, I gotta ask, do you guys do you believe in aliens? Is that something that you're very much into, or is that just something that you guys just decided, you know, hey, this is a good, you know, move for the band?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly, everyone in the band believes, we believe we're not alone. To what aspect that is, I think we try to explore that in our music. I mean, a lot of that, as I said before, is kind of like, you know, what are we doing here? Can you make the best of what you're doing here? Do you feel alone here, you know, with the other humans? Do you feel alone in the universe? And we're just trying to relate to, you know, folks that maybe feel the same way and bring that to them in the music. And you know, what's next? I mean, who knows? We don't know what's next. I mean, I'll sit down and have a conversation with somebody all day about religion. I'm not a religious guy. You know, I was raised Catholic, but at some point I was like, okay, great story. Let's move on. So, you know, I mean, it's sort of the whole, just what are we doing here? What does science tell us? What does rational thought tell us? You know, are we the only thing out there? I mean, hell, I live on an island. If I look out the window right here, I'm looking at a million stars. I find it highly unlikely that we're the only thing out there, that there's, you know, just one planet with human-like beings on that. So,
Yeah.
so certainly we believe in that. And it just kind of, you know, there's so much to explore there that you see that seeping into our music sometimes. So.
And it's true. There's
Very
so
cool.
many facets of it. It can be anything from, like you said, it could be anything from a divine creator to, well, I think there's one that where they think we're genetically manipulated monkeys.
Yeah,
some
I mean,
extent.
like you said, I mean, we don't shy away from anything.
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, it could be a very, you know, Earth-like thing. You know, are you the kid that's alone in the back of the classroom, or are you feeling, you know, hey, look, I want to explore why we're on this relatively small planet, you know, like what's going on? So we touch on all that kind of stuff, you know?
Right on. So what, John, what's the current path of the OddEven right now? What are you guys doing? Are you guys touring at all? I know with the COVID-19 things have gotten weird as far as, you know, cancellations and stuff like that. What's happening with you guys? What's your current path?
Yeah, so we started the band in 2019. We went out, we did a bunch of road shows. We did shows with Faster Pussycat, with the guys in Last in Line, 9 Points, Soulfly. So we hit the road right away, and then we came back and recorded that first record and released it on 4/20 of 20.
Nice.
And you know, the bottom fell out. The whole world was closed. We started, you know, we're canceling gigs, postponing gigs. You know, when things started to come around this year, some of the venues that we were booked at didn't even survive. So it was like, wow, here's that. What are we going to do to make the most of this? And we said, hey, let's hire a marketing team. Let's get the stuff out, get it on the radio, whether it's secondary market, whatever it is. And let's really push this stuff so that we're ready to fire on the other side of the pandemic. So we partnered with Pavement. They were absolutely fantastic. They got 2 songs of ours charted. And they liked them so much that they said, hey, when you guys are ready to release the next record, let's talk about, you know, getting you guys signed up and all this stuff. And like I said, we just keep progressing with those guys and pushing the envelope. We went back in, recorded a full-length record, which you guys have alluded to, Dance of the Dead. And then we went out and did some headlining shows down in Florida. And then we went out with Edema and Flaw, which was September through mid-October. Right now we're on a little bit of a hiatus. Obviously I just had a baby, but we've been talking to Pavement. We're going to come out swinging on the other side in February with another single and hit the road again.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow. That's awesome, brother. Can I talk to you a little bit about that? Because that's something that a lot of bands they're not able to pull it together. You know what I'm saying? To
Sure.
go out on the road and do the things that you guys are doing. You know, I love the video. You guys put work into it. It was well thought out. You know, the album sounds great. You're working with Pavement. Tim and Mark are awesome dudes. They're straight up guys. And, you know, we love working with them as well. So what would you say how is it that you guys are pulling off what you're pulling off when most bands just stay local and they can't ever get on the road? And you know what I'm saying? They never pull the trigger on anything. What would you say is the secret to that?
It's a shitload of work. Um,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, I got to be honest. You know, when the pandemic hit, you know, it took a whole lot of, you know, rallying the troops. Let's make sure we continue to write, stay together. You know, if I think back to when everyone's like, "This is the end of the world," you know, we were like getting to a rehearsal studio and like, you know, everyone's in the furthest corners of the room and paranoid that somebody's got the heebie-jeebies and everyone's going to die by the end of the rehearsal. And it was tough to keep going. I mean, it was really tough. And, you know, then we'd have weeks where, hey, we've got you know, Maryland is on high alert right now. Well, what are we going to do? Okay, so if you're not comfortable going to the studio, then let's make the most of it. Let's record some tracks and we'll send it around to each other. One of the times when you're actually happy that it's 2021, there's technology and all that kind of stuff, where you're able to send stuff to each other, at least work on songs. And you know, so we made the most of it. We said, hey, look, if we can't go out and tour right now, we're going to go in and record a new record. And like I said, come out swinging on the other side, ready to tour, whenever that might be. It's certainly not easy. It's very difficult. And then you even got to think about that next step. I mean, when you do a cross country tour like we just did, I mean, you're gone for 6 weeks. You've got family at home. You've got responsibilities. You got bills to pay. You must really love playing music to know that, you know, you're probably gonna be sleeping at a truck stop sometime or driving 18 hours a day or, you know, whatever, going to, you know, hey, look, I'm dying here. I got to go piss in the woods. I mean, whatever it might be. But I mean, it's certainly not for the faint of heart. So, I mean, that's sort of where you separate the boys from the men, you know, going out on the road for long stretches.
It really is that defining thing. It's like, you know, we're a good band. We've done this. Yeah. How much have you done the road? If you haven't done it, you ain't been tested. That's what it almost feels like.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what you were talking about before, you know, where you're saying, you know, there's you know, having a theme or having a mascot or whatever. I don't know if we, you know, strategically did that up front. It just kind of fell into our laps when we ran with it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. You know, I definitely wouldn't say I'm the greatest musician on earth. I'm not the greatest bass player. I'm not the greatest guitar player. I'm not the greatest songwriter, you know, but at the same time, I'm driven to do something that I love. And whatever that turns out, it's still a piece of my art. And wherever that falls, you know, that's where it falls. You know what I mean? So it's definitely, it's one of those things. You gotta love it a lot. You gotta push for it, and you gotta keep working. I mean, it's a business, whether anyone wants to say it is or not. There's always gonna be people that are better than me out there, and I don't care. I'm in this for me. You can smoke me on every instrument. Your songs can be better than mine. If I love your songs, great. I'm gonna strive to keep writing great music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what you just touched on. There seems to be a recurring theme about musicians we've talked to in the past and on the show is when you get to a certain point, you start losing the true idea of competitiveness, and you look at the competitiveness as inspiration. You know, if you look at somebody and you go, "Oh, dude, that dude was great," it inspires you to want to write and work and get better. You know, rather than shut down.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You know, when you go out with some of these bands, when we do a show with, you know, we played with Nonpoint down in New Orleans, you know, I'm just watching these guys like, man, this is just professional. You know, these guys are kick ass and super humble, nice dudes. We're just hanging out in the back of the green room before, man, and just chilling, man. Great. And everybody we've been out with has been like that. I mean, I talk to the guys in Flaw, like, you know, every few days now.
Nice.
It's like, you know, when you hang out with guys for, you know, 6 weeks in a row, you know, become brothers, you know what I mean? And same with the dudes in Edema. I mean, they're just awesome. It's really cool. And I would, you know, say that the OddEven, Flaw, and Edema are all kind of different. but whatever, we're all driven. We're trying to have a good time and write music that people dig. And that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you have an end game? Is there like a game plan that you've gone over in your head over and over and decided, hey, this is the route we need to take for this to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we're always creating new goals, and whether they're short term or long term. I mean, I just told you guys a few minutes ago that, you know, kind of the next step is another video, new single, and jump on another tour. You know, we certainly would like to be, you know, a mainstream fixture on like Sirius. We would like to be, you know, on the big boy Billboard chart. But again, I mean, if that doesn't happen, all of that's okay. You know, we've busted our asses. We've taken our shot at the brass ring. We're really doing this because we love what we're doing, and that's the bottom line. If other people dig it and we go to the stars, perfect. If we don't, hey, look, you know what? We've done a lot more than a lot of people, and we've given it our best shot. You know, I don't want to be that guy that wakes up, you know, one day and says, "Look out, man! I'm 70 years old, and if I only did this." So that's kind of where we're at, man. You know, every day we try to progress and try to do something. And, you know, it might even be, hey, look what I just saw on Facebook or the internet. Hey, this band's going out on tour. We should talk about connecting with those guys. Or, man, I'd love to play that venue. How do we get to there? All that kind of stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude.
The Odd Even, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are working it. They're walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Absolutely, dude.
Dance of the Dead, you got to check it out. The video's really cool and the album's great. Thank you so much, John, for coming on today. Is there anything that you would like to leave the audience with, you know, whether you would promote yourself or maybe just a statement that you'd like to say to them?
First off, thank you guys so much for having me on. I love when cool cats like you guys we're able to have a great conversation and stuff. I definitely want to thank everyone that's come to see us play so far. For those of you that have not come to see us, please check us out. You guys can find us at theoddeven.com, and then every piece of social media and links to our music and videos and all that good stuff is right there. And can't wait to meet everybody.
All right. Looking forward to seeing you guys out on the road myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Love to share the stage with you guys at some point.
Absolutely.
Dude, thank you for coming on, brother. We appreciate your time, man. We really do. And you're with good company. So yeah, cool. We take care of each other here. Pavement.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys. Pavement. Big shout out to Pavement Entertainment. They're doing good things for their
they fucking
artists.
rock, man. They fucking rock.
So
John,
anyway, Cody, is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I'm good, brother. That we covered everything that I had. You're awesome, brother. You are really, I'm just meeting you, but you're inspiring as hell. No fucking joke. We continue to have a saying in this community. It's always fucking forward. And you, my friend, are undeniably doing that shit. No matter what. I love it. I fucking love it, man.
Absolutely,
it pumps me up.
It's so good to see you guys.
Fuck yes.
It's good to see you guys on the road, brother. It really is.
John,
we'll be back out again soon, man. Let's hook up.
Absolutely. Right, brother. You are welcome back anytime, sir.
Dude. Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go support the Odd Even. Check out Dance of the Dead. Support John and everything he's doing. The dude fucking rocks, and apparently he's a goddamn alien. Until next time, take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Be good humans. Always fucking forward.
Peace.